Hello, everyone, and welcome to my channel at Richard Gettert, which I've given a nickname, What's Up with Richard? And today we're going to take a look at the progress of my dollhouse. But before we do that, let's wish everyone here a happy Valentine's Day. I hope everything's well with you. And I'm just sitting here in my ice cave prison. You can see how the icicles hanging down. It almost looks like I'm in a cave. That's almost like I'm in a movie, Frozen. I should be looking for Olaf. He's got to be around here somewhere. Anyway, Olaf, where are you? Oh, I see are birds out there. I don't know if you're going to be able to see them. Maybe later I'll turn the computer around. You can take a look at the birds. They're probably better looking than I am at this point. You know, last week I talked about lake effect snow and gave you a cheesy little drawing about it. But, we've gotten lake effect snow this week. Not only that, we've got system snow. So we've been hit almost every single day with some kind of snow shower. In fact, I wasn't even sure that we were going to be here live streaming today because we were supposed to be in Illinois, but unfortunately, you just can't trust the weather this time of the year. So hopefully, in the future, we'll be able to make it there. All right, what else? I was just looking through, some parts here, starting to work on the front steps and the front porch. And I need to, let me do this before I continue, before I forget. I have to punch these little pieces out right here. Those are the front stairs are all enclosed, and those go to the end. So that's nice. So anyway, those have to be sanded and painted if I don't lose them first. Okay, they're over here. That's good. We can close this up. I've had some problems with the dollhouse. Nothing major, but way back in 1842, there was a guy who had a premonition about my problem, and his name was James Orchid Harrowell. Yep, James Orchid Harrowell. Who would name their kid Orchard? Anyway, maybe it was a common name in 1842. I don't know, but he wrote this cute little poem, and I think he must have had me in mind. All right, first of all, the name of the poem was There Was a Crooked Man. Now, his words are a little bit different because in this music group in 1964 who wrote the song Don't Let the Rain Come Down, the Serendipity Singers, Don't Let the Rain Come Down. All right, well, here's their lyrics. Here's the poem. There was a crooked man and he had a crooked smile. He had a crooked sixpence and he walked a crooked mile. He had a crooked cat and a crooked little mouse. They all lived together in my crooked little dollhouse. Let me get the dollhouse and show you what I've done on the thing. I think I can put this on the floor over here. I want to trip over it. All right, let's see what we got going on here. I don't remember last week if I had this part of the roof on or not, but we can take a look at the front. That looks pretty much the same. I've taken some of the tape off. I've left some of it on, even though that probably should all come off. The longer you leave it on, the harder it is to get off. So now, over the week though, I did complete a couple projects. As you can see in here, let me move this down. A little dark, but I think you can see it. I have finished the inside. I have the partitions in at the top. I have the partition in at the bottom. I put in the stairs right over here. And then I put in this little bottom piece. What a pain in the neck. Oh my goodness. I had help from Mrs. G. We had books sitting on it. It kept wanting to flip up. Part of the problem is that these floors are bowed. And so things don't fit together exactly right. And this little piece down here was actually bowed this direction from side to side. I ended up taking a little piece of wood behind it, straightening it out, and gluing a piece of wood behind it to keep it straight. And then trying to glue it onto here was a challenge. I bet we fiddled with that for a half an hour. And then, of course, I had to tape it. And then when I took the tape off, it took the paint off. So now I'm going to have to repaint all this. This one corner over here does not look very good. I'm not sure how I'm going to fix that. I just keep telling myself, Richard, it's a dollhouse. You're you're not building the Taj Mahal. It's just a dollhouse. Just relax. We'll get it done. It'll look fine. But we're not done there yet because we got more goofiness. Of course, if you see, these are a little bit bowed and bent. That's the best I could get that in there. And this one doesn't look too bad down here. That one actually looks fairly nice. Now, because I didn't get a lot of glue along the edges when I glued this together, I ended up going to Hobby Lobby and buying some little strips of wood. And then what I did was I measured the distance between each of those corners, and I made some baseboard. And then I put a nice layer of glue down there and I glued in the baseboard. So it is much more solid now than it was before. And it actually gives it a nice little finish look in there. See how that nice baseboard? And it really didn't cost a lot or take a whole lot of time to do it. I think I had that done in a couple hours, maybe, by the time I measured it, cut it, painted, and sanded. So anyway, we're making some progress. However, when I glued this part, there we go. When I glued this part of the back roof on, I noticed a slight anomaly, and that is the front bowed out because these had to be pushed in. So what I did was I started sanding. You can see it right here. I started sanding and sanding and sanding to make the slot a little bit wider. I couldn't sand it enough to get it to fit very well. I finally had to go get a Dremel drill, and I used a little sanding pad thing on it, and it's really big, but I'm not too worried about the fact that it's a really large hole because the shingles will cover that. But once I got it glued on, I noticed that the front roof was all bowed out, and there's a really big gap in here. How I'm going to fix that, I don't know yet. I have some ideas. I think the first thing I have to do is go out in the garage and get my hand sander and sand this down as much as I can to get it to be the same height as this side. And then getting some of that extra wood that I bought for the baseboard, maybe gluing a few pieces on the inside here. That's about all I can think of to fix it. And then hopefully I can do some stuff with the shingles to help enclose that. But in general, it's not looking too bad. Just those crooked little things that are enough to drive you crazy. Also, and I need to do all that before I add these on. I did finish the little dormers, and they're going to be glued on here like this. That actually came out pretty nicely, didn't it? And of course, there's the back edge. I need to take the top off. There's a little gussets are glued up in here, which makes it pretty darn secure, even though I don't have any glue up here. So there's the other dormer. Stick it through here. Same thing. This one will go on this side. I think I'll have to lay the dollhouse down on its back side to glue these in. Now this one isn't quite as nice as the other one. Once again, it's crooked. This side sticks out a little bit further than this side. So I'm going to have to sand that off. That should give me a pretty nice fit right there. And then of course we have the gable roof. And this one's going to be a little trickier to get on here, but it's going to look something like that. And then, of course, what I'm working on now is the porch, which will fit in the bottom here. And we also have a piece that goes in here. And that's what I was looking for when we popped on the live stream. Boy, but it's just one thing after another. Little bitty things. Uh-oh. I have this little gusset that goes out to the end here. And when I started this stream, there were two in here. There aren't two in here right now. Oh, where did my little gusset go? Anyway, can't be too far away. So anyway, that's the work we got done in here. I think it's looking pretty decent. I just got to fix up this crooked stuff here. That side doesn't look too bad. Take a look over here. Once I get the porch done, then it's time to do the bay window. All the bay window parts they've been removed and they've been prepped, they've been painted. I just need to put them together. And that's a whole nother section of the directions. As you can see, every time I complete a section, I highlight it in pink. So I did sneak ahead. You're not supposed to, but I did sneak ahead because some of this you can do. There's the stairs. So I was able to get the stairs in. That wasn't a problem. The assembly of the dormers I actually did before I put this roof on. But the assembly of the porch, I will follow that step by step. The assembly of the bay window, I'll do that step by step. That one looks a little confusing with the directions, so I'll have to read that a little more thoroughly when I get to that point. Okay, use extreme care when removing the grillwork parts. Oh, well, yeah. These are the grillwork parts. And like I said, I've already removed them. They just need to be sanded and painted. That's probably going to be a good hour just to do that. And then I have a few more over here. Just to give you an idea, trying to hold that and sand it, and then trying to paint inside those little triangular areas and get it to look neat. It's challenging, but fun. Okay, I think put this back here. And get my Kindle out here. I got some pictures in here of the building process. If I can find them. Camera. Oh yeah. I don't know if I showed you those or not, but that was the table that I had sitting here with all the different parts on it. The card table is now gone because everything I have to do is very small. Now, to get the double hung windows, you had to actually paint around the windows. So I had to tape that off and I painted all that white. The other painted area was off white. And that took at least 2 coats of paint. That's just a little closer picture of one of the end windows. Oh, if you turn it, Richard, that makes the picture bigger. And all those individual parts had to be painted. A couple coats, sand in between the coats. Another a picture of the work table. That's a picture of the ottoman where I've got all this stuff sitting right here, which was over here. And that was putting the windows together. And I was putting the windows together, made sure they were all taped down, and that was putting on the window sills. And that's what it was looked like before I put on all the decorative stuff. Putting the thing together, gluing it together was really tricky because the floors were bowed. Now, I don't know if the floors were bowed because they came that way, but remember, I've had this for over a year. And I think it should have been stored this way the whole time. But I stored it like this. And it was in the house here. It's been in the garage. It's been 90 degrees in there. It's been freezing cold in there. So that might be my fault more so than the company's fault or just bad pieces, even though I'll give a review on this thing when I'm totally finished because I do have some things to say about it. But putting that together was a project. If you can see, that's a dictionary that's pretty heavy. That's holding part of that side down. Is that the side? Yeah. Another picture of us gluing this thing together. I did need help from Mrs. G on this part. If you do any of these dollhouse projects, I can guarantee you're going to, in certain parts of it, you're going to need some assistance and patience. I don't have a lot of patience. Just another view of it, gluing the thing together. If you look real carefully at the top, you can see the book. Yeah, we had books up there holding it down, making sure that I had pretty good connection between the edges and the flat surface. World Atlas up there. Another heavy book. And again, you let it set. This is a slow process because you put the pieces together and then you have to wait for the glue to dry thoroughly. So you're talking hour, hour and a half for the glue to dry. Even though this is tacky glue and it sets pretty quickly, but it's not solid for quite a while. But once it hardens up, you're not moving anything. There's another picture. A world almanac and a dictionary. It's like, do people even use dictionaries anymore? I think, if I need to spell a word, I just go, hey, Google, how do you spell? And in a few seconds, you have it. I don't know. Do people still use dictionaries? Another picture, another good use for a dictionary and a world atlas. Now, the world atlas I'll still use occasionally, but again, I go to Google Maps, you can pretty much see everything updated. Snow. If you watched any of my videos, you've seen and you've heard about my hot water heater and my very expensive but very nice laundry tub there. It actually looks pretty nice. It worked out really, really well. And of course, we got all new faucet, got all new plumbing, and we got rid of a bunch of stuff that was in that little hallway, so we can actually walk around back there. Pretty cool. That's it. That's been quite a project. That and car tires and a battery and destroying the radio in my van because I got careless. Crazy things. I know. Yeah, anyway. At least those snow pictures. The neighbor has an electric snowblower and a 100-foot cord. And when they bought it, they don't have a place to put it in the wintertime except in the shed, and that's way in the back. And to get it out would be not easy. So they made a little arrangement with me where I keep it in my garage and I can use it. And then if he needs it, it's stored inside so he can use it. It's really worked out pretty well. And then every once in a while, when I have a chance, I can go over. And because she works early, he comes home a little bit later. I've been able to go over and help them out with their driveway a little bit since I really don't have anything to do. I can't go out and exercise in this weather, not safely anyway. I don't know if the gym where I went is closed, but still I'm a little bit leery about going to the gym at this point. Even if it was open to adults. I know the students can use it till 5 o'clock, and then usually from 5 to 9, people in the community could come in and use it. But I have not been there for almost a year. When it comes to bicycle riding in the spring, I'm going to be in really, really bad shape, believe me. Even though I've lost some weight, I'm in bad shape. I mean, when I do some of those beach vlogs, oh my gosh, walking up and down those dunes in that snow, it's like, that was a pretty hard workout. Which reminds me, Wednesday, you have one more beach. Actually, it's not going to be a winter beach scene. It's talking more about the lake. You will see ice buildup on Lake Michigan like you wouldn't believe could happen in the 2 weeks or so that from when I did last Wednesday's video to the one I did this week. It'll be coming up here next Wednesday. Let me see if I can find this. Come on. Come on, Google. Come on, Google. No, 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 no. I don't want that. WOOD TV. Let's try again. WOOD TV. Buildup of ice on Lake Michigan. Not fast enough. Let's try again. WOOD TV. Lake Michigan ice. Aha! You just have to say it the right way. So this is from WOOD TV. This is in Grand Rapids, Michigan. And you can see all those dark areas is where ice is now building up in Lake Michigan. And that's what I videoed on, I don't know if that last Friday, and that'll come up on Wednesday. And this is a satellite picture. Now we're right down in this little corner down here of Michigan. But that's a perfect example. If you see that really white streak coming down the lake, that sort of zigs and zags around, that's lake effect snow. And then all the stuff coming from the south and the east, that's all system snow. And it just hasn't left us alone. It just keeps going around and around day after day. Hey, we're getting some flakes right now. So I know it's a little bit hard to see out there, it looks like, but anyway, system snow. I'm tired of snow. I'm extremely tired of snow. I'm tired of going out and shoveling snow. We've already missed a trip to visit the grandkids because of the snow. Hopefully, it'll get better in the future. So, well, it doesn't look like anybody popped on today. And it looks like there's two people on. I know one of them is Mrs. G. Mrs. G, are you going to come in here and say hi? I'm not hearing anything. I put the pressure on her. Come on in here, Mrs. G. You can come in and say hi. We're almost at the end. Come on, Valentine. She's probably really embarrassed right now. Oh, wow. There she is. Come on in, PJ. I have to move this stuff. We're not going to be on too long here, dear. There she is. Say hi to everybody.
Hi, happy Valentine's Day to everyone.
So, you know who else is on?
No.
It's a mystery person again?
Yep.
Okay, it's a mystery person. I can hear us in there.
I know. So I put the phone.
She brought the phone in, so we're hearing us talk on her phone because she's one of the people watching here. So comical. Okay, that's it. How'd you like the dollhouse story?
Yeah, good.
Is it all right?
Yeah.
How'd you like the crooked dollhouse?
Yeah.
Did I cuss or swear?
No.
Not too much. I was trying to be really nice and patient, and she did help me out. Was that a lot of trouble putting that thing together with the books?
Not really.
Not too bad.
Not bad. Worse for you.
It was worse for me. Yeah. She was out. Well, this book, we put a book on there. It was like way too heavy. And it's like, no, not that one. And she's got a bunch over here. So that helped out quite a bit. So look at the bird.
Oh, cool.
I have a little junco over here. That's, I have to tell you the bird story. The other day, bye, Mrs. G.
Bye.
Yeah, I'll be done here in a minute. What time is it? Oh, it's almost 4 o'clock, so it's time to start dinner, I guess. But this window is almost like a mirror. And there was a little bird, the cutest little thing. It was a purple finch. And, every once in a while, they'll just scatter away. Something scares them and they just all go. Well, one of the little purple finches came this way and hit the window. Well, that's happened before. In fact, it happened here about 20 minutes ago. Most of the time, they just hit the window and keep going. This little guy, I looked and he's laying in the snow. I'm thinking, oh no, this is not good. And then I'm watching for just a few seconds and I see him, his wing is like this. Now, if it's a broken wing, that's really not good. But then he put his wings back and he just laid there, not moving. He just moved his wings back. I'm thinking, I can't let that little thing just lay out there. So I got dressed, went out, and usually you can't, if I'm at the corner of the solarium, they're gone. This little guy, everybody's gone but this one. So I slowly go up to him, and I wanted to keep him warm. I didn't want him in that snow. So with my gloves, I just went underneath him and picked him up and just sort of cupped him like this a little bit, tried to keep him warm. And I could see his eyes blinking. He wasn't turning his head too much, but he was conscious. But he wasn't necessarily all the way conscious at this point. So I'm just holding him and looking at him. I thought, well, maybe if I put him up on the bird feeder, he'll figure out he's okay. But I went up and he wasn't moving yet. I think I was out there maybe 3-4 minutes. And he started to move his head around a little bit more, little bit more, little bit more. I'm thinking, hey, little purple finch. And the next thing I know, he did not want to see me anymore. And he was gone. And I was sitting just right in the corner. I was wondering, oh my God, he's heading right to the window again. But he didn't. He didn't hit it. And he must have been appreciative, because when he left, he did not leave any kind of soil on me, which was my biggest fear when he took off. Oh no, he's going to let loose. But he didn't. Oh, look what I found. Well, that's the same one. How can you lose a piece when you're sitting right here? Did you all see it fall out? I don't know. Anyway. That's my story. There's the dollhouse. I won't be live streaming next week, I don't think, because we'll be driving home from Illinois, hopefully. And I don't know how much work I'm going to be getting done. I know I'm not going to use the shingles that they gave me. I'm going to use the ones that I purchased a couple years ago. And I'll use those other shingles on some of my other little projects. I don't know how much I'll get done. I want to try and at least get the porch done this week, and get all that taken care of. And the same with the bay window, and get that put together. And if I can do that, that'll be great, because shingling a roof does take time. And I'm going to use my shingles, because the little shingles that they give us, they want you to use a hot glue gun to put a line across. I don't want to mess around with a hot glue gun. So I'll do the way that I did the other dollhouses. It's worked out pretty well. And that's with liquid nails. I have to draw all the lines across. And then one shingle at a time. And then, of course, you have to cut and fit. It does take time. So I will hopefully have at least the body of this done in a couple weeks when I do another live stream, and hopefully maybe some of the shingling. We'll see how things go. You never know with a 67-year-old heading to 68, just how much work we're going to get done in a week, because I have to shovel snow. Oh, what was that funny face? Maybe I'm the crooked man. Oh my gosh. Anyway, now you know what's up with Crooked Richard. Thanks for watching. Let's end the stream.